Alex de Minaur fights back tears after brutal loss to Lorenzo Musetti. It's killing me. Alex de Minaur arrived at the ATP finals, brimming with fire, boldly insisting he wasn't there to make up the numbers. After last year's winless campaign, he sought redemption, ready to rewrite his Turin tale. But fate struck cruelly again. His confidence, once roaring, met a brutal storm, first falling to Carlos Alcaraz on Sunday night, then watching victory slip through trembling fingers against Lorenzo Musetti on Tuesday. The Aussie warrior left everything on the court, but the night ended in heartbreak as Alex de Minaur fought back tears after the devastating loss, confessing in raw anguish. Alex de Minaur walked off the court in Turin looking shattered, his eyes heavy with the weight of another heartbreak. The Australian, once again denied at the finish line, appeared visibly shaken after falling to Lorenzo Musetti in a gut-wrenching 7-5, 3-6, 7-5 thriller. The air hung thick with disbelief as de Minaur's frustration spilled out, not just at the loss itself, but at the haunting pattern it continued. "I don't know how many times I can deal with a loss like this one," he admitted, his voice trembling, face pale under the bright lights. The words carried the weight of an entire season's sorrow. "I just have to talk to my team and try to sort out these issues, because these are issues that can't keep happening." Later, with raw honesty, de Minaur exposed the ache behind his relentless drive. "I mean, if I really want to be serious about taking the next step in my career, these matches, I can't lose them. I just can't. I mean, it feels like I've lost a lot of them this year. More than anything, it's getting to a point where mentally it's killing me." His voice cracked on the last words, a piercing echo of a player fighting not just opponents, but his own mounting doubts, under the rare rule of the ATP finals that demands players face the press regardless of outcome. De Minaur sat before reporters with a hollow stare. "I think it's probably a good thing I don't express my feelings right now because they're quite dark," he said quietly. "It's been that type of year where I've had what feels like a whole lot of matches that should have gone my way and just somehow don't. So, the painful theme has followed him all year, from the heartbreak of the Rolex Paris Masters quarterfinal against Alexander Bublik, 6-3, 4-6, 7-6-5, to the nail-biting US Open clash with Felix Auger-Aliassime, 4-6, 7-6, 7-5, 7-6, and earlier near misses in Monte Carlo, Nîmes, and Doha. Every time, victory flirted with him, only to vanish at the brink. "I keep putting everything into these matches. When the result's not there, it's hard to keep pushing through," he confessed, the words carrying a mix of exhaustion and defiance. Yet, even in despair, there was no blame, no excuses. When asked about the crowd, which Musetti later thanked for lifting him, de Minaur stood firm. "It was on my racket. It wasn't the crowd's fault. It was mine." And with that, he left the room, a warrior bleeding quietly inside. "It's something that if it doesn't get sorted, it's going to eat me alive. I need to get it sorted sooner rather than later," he concluded. Meanwhile, across the hallway, Musetti delayed his own press conference until 1 a.m. local time, perhaps needing time to digest the opposite side of that same emotional storm. Lorenzo Musetti praises home crowd after gritty win. Buoyed by a thunderous Italian crowd, Lorenzo Musetti summoned one of the finest comebacks of his young career at the ATP finals. The 23-year-old, who entered the event as Novak Djokovic's late replacement, clawed his way back from 3-5 down in the deciding set to topple Alex de Minaur and keep his hopes alive in the Jimmy Connors group. With the crowd roaring in unison, Musetti sealed victory on his second match point, blasting a forehand winner on the run before collapsing into celebration with his team. "I was really struggling physically because Alex raised the level and intensity, and I was really struggling to find the solution," Musetti admitted afterward. "But at the end, with a big heart and big passion for this game, I don't know from where, I started to feel better and play better, and the support of the crowd is amazing. I have to thank them all." His words mirrored the transformation fans had just witnessed. Barely 30 hours earlier, he had fallen to Taylor Fritz, deflated and flat. But this time, a fire burned. He danced along the baseline, hammering heavy shots with renewed precision and heart, his every fist pump electrifying the Turin night. The energy between player and crowd became a symphony of belief and defiance. Now, Musetti turns his eyes to a colossal challenge, Carlos Alcaraz, the world's #1. The Spaniard stands unbeaten at 2-0, having conquered both de Minaur and Fritz. With all four contenders still alive in the group, the stakes couldn't be higher. As